It is. It has a new. Hey, we're here.
Hey.
It has a new button on screen right now. You got to click it twice. So.
Oh yeah.
We're going to talk 2024 tonight about what we played, maybe what we enjoyed, maybe what we kind of liked but wasn't super, and maybe you might hear a few things that weren't quite enjoyable. And of course, we got the Mcmurray nature joining us. We got the Mutt with us tonight. He's going to throw some stuff into the mix. And Todd, the wardrobe, is with us tonight. And before we go to a little message from our sponsors, we're going to talk about, we're going to give away 2 games tonight. And let me tell you something, these are not cheap games. And I don't know if you can either get either one of them still. Because I think the one just recently ran out. So, and they are not low-level, lightweight games.
What? Well, he sent me all of his stupid fucking games like Warriors of Japan and shit. Send all those to me.
We'll be right back after the word from our sponsors. Listen to Mcmurray E-Pretzels. All right. You all ready for some God. Yeah, Case Blue, that's it, Mike. We're giving away 2 copies of those tonight.
Yep. Not even just pristine. Well, actually, one's punched perfectly and one's in a shrink wrap. So your choice.
Yeah, that's the only free song out there I could get, Mikey. So, but yeah, we are going to give away 2 tonight. And I'm not going to tell you what they are now, but when we get to it, we'll have a kind of a phrase you'll put in, and then Mr. Wardrobe will try to collect names and throw them up on a spinner.
Oh, so Pawpaw.
Now, here's the deal about the games, and we decided to give them away.
Look at Pawpaw. I think he's disqualified from winning.
Oh, yeah, no game for you. Unless you donate $50,000.
Good to see you again, Pawpaw.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy. If you live outside of the continental United States, sorry, I'll put up $20 for shipping. So if you don't want to eat, and you even come on, guys, even Canada is a freaking nightmare to ship anything to. But like I say, I'll throw up $20. That's it. If it's inside the continental United States, I'll eat the cost of shipping the game. So keep that in mind before you throw your ring in the hat. But I'm going to tell you what, the 2 games that are going to go up here tonight, they are well worth. All right. So anyhow, like I said, we're going to talk about what we liked and played in 2024. I got a couple of honorable mentions, maybe a little bit about what we don't like. So I tell you what, I tell you what, I'm going to throw a couple of honorable mentions out. I'm not going to bring up any screen to show them or anything. Todd, if you want to throw up some screen on these games as I find them. And when I say honorable mentions that I played, these were games that I enjoyed. I probably didn't play enough of them to make them hit my top 5 or 6, but all of these games I loved them. And some of these titles you guys will recognize. I know a lot of you guys will like these too. So the first ones are ones I had played here recently, and that was from the Civil War Brigade series, and that was the 3 Battles of Manassas. I played that Henry House Hill scenario, and I played the Dawn Attack scenario from No Better Place to Die, also from the Civil War Brigade series. And love that system, love the command, love the order writing in that system, how you just, not like any other game where you can just change the path of movement for your formations. You can't do that in this game. Well, under certain circumstances you can, but you have to give these guys orders, and they have to execute those orders as a question of integrity and honor as officers of that era. Honor was a big thing, apparently. So that's a couple honorable mentions from me. Is there anything you guys played that maybe it wasn't super duper, but you enjoyed it, but you didn't put it in like your top 5?
I had one that was a surprise. I can't remember how I got this. I feel like I got it free. I don't know if one of you guys gave it to me or someone else. I don't know. It was a magazine. It came in a magazine of one of MMPs, and it was Warriors of England, which is the same system as Warriors of Japan, which we joke on all the time. But Warriors of England was pretty fun. I actually want to loan it to Mcmurray. I think he might enjoy it. But Yeah, it was fun, an era I never play, and it was an enjoyable little game. It came in a magazine, like 8 pages of rules.
How about you, Anderson? Anything that was fun but not like over the top?
It's one that wasn't the first time I played it in 2024, so I don't have it like on my list of stuff. Right, that is the new cool thing that I played in 2024 that I haven't played yet that I really enjoyed is honestly probably the Dreadnoughts and Battle Wagon series from Decision in their folio games. It's always delightful. There's only 2 games. There's a game that is Battle River Plate and Denmark Strait, and then Cornwall and the Falkland Islands. So one for World War I, one for World War II. Delightful games to play. There's enough detail that you can have a lot of fun playing them, but at the same time, it's not hard to knock out the scenarios that they've got, which are all pretty small engagements in not a lot of time. So that would certainly be my honorable mention. Go buy copies of them. Hopefully they'll make another one. They made 2 games in like 2018. So
yeah, I saw something on Facebook that somebody was, I don't know whether they were selling or they were just talking about it. Mutt, how about you? How about something you played that, because look, when Mutt shoots a video on something, he's actually playing turn by turn. You can feel the excitement when he's talking about it. But was there anything that you played that was fun, but you just didn't get all pumped up about?
It'd probably be the starting to learn the hex and counter stuff.
Yeah, you just started doing that. So he's transitioning. Y'all make sure you watch the title of his channel.
What I'm trying to get used to is that Musket and Saber quick play rules. It's got an option on there where if you pass morale, you take a loss. But then it says right under it, if you pass or fail a morale check, player can choose to retreat or take a loss. And I'm just like, what? I don't, it's just one of those things. But yeah, but no, that's about it.
Thing for you.
Yeah. So, but miniature game wise, no, I haven't had any issues.
Well, you always have fun with those things, and you always make them sound so much fun. All right, I'm gonna throw out a couple more honorable mentions, then we'll start digging into our mainstay. So, and like I say, these were all games that I enjoyed, just not in my little top 5 because I didn't play enough of them, or I didn't play any of the big scenarios or campaign stuff in them. But they were quick plays, and I had fun with them. Pinnacle of Victory from Clash of Arms. Those of y'all that were following me, like, I don't know, was it October, November, and I was struggling to find a Chancellorsville game. And I know I've got one that's fun but I didn't want to play that. But I think I went through 3 of them, and I didn't hit one until I found Pinnacle of Victory, which could use a little adjustment, but it was still fun to play. I didn't like the map the first time I ever opened the box, and once I set stuff up and looked at it, I said, "Oh, this makes sense." So, and the counters, I loved them, so that was good. World of War 85 Storming the Gap. The folks over to Lock and Load sent me that, and that was my first jump into World War 85, and I enjoyed playing. I think I played 2 or 3 scenarios, and great system, easy to pick up and play with. And I'm doing some other stuff right now.
It's like miniatures.
Huh?
I said that game's like miniatures.
Yeah, yeah.
The War Series is kind of like that. Yep.
New England Simulations Jaws of Victory, another great system. I played the Teuton Strikes or something like that. That scenario. Now I'll jump over this last one or one of these. Avalon Hill's Russian Front. I still think it's the better game between it and what's that other one they made 16 versions of that you all have?
Russian Front or Russian Campaign?
Yeah, Russian Campaign. Yeah, and I played Russian Front. And then my last one here, which I will not give up on this game because I know that the rules are being reworked, and that's Decision Games Highway to the Right or SBI's Highway to the Right. So I will not let that go because I know Joe Yost is working on that stuff. All right. Any other honorable mentions from you guys?
Keith Tracton says, yay. Hey, real quick, Joey mentioned North Act 41. Anybody else have on the commenters here any games you played that are kind of like, yeah, it was good, maybe not the best, but so list them out here. Let's hear what they were, and then later on we'll talk about games we just love. Oh, damn, Tim's here. Everyone's done. We're good. We've reached our pinnacle. I just have one other one. Imperial Tide from Compass Games. It's a World War I point to point. I call it this would be insulting to the designers and stuff, but I call it Paths of Glory for Dummies. But how how about Paths of Glory? Anyway, Paths of Glory, but so it's point to point, but much easier. And it was perfect what I was looking for. So I could just get a little touch. Nanguaya, this is for you, buddy. Just a little touch of World War I, kind of help me as I read history of it and kind of all that stuff. Campsar says, did someone say ACW? So I'd say that was my other one. I didn't really have, I mean, I played a bunch of games that would probably go on this list, but those two really stood out to me as that. Go ahead, Andrew.
So my last one would be Compass Games, the Victory Seed reprint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is a fun game to play. I'm not sure that I'm sold on it over Avalon Hill's War at Sea, but
I seem to be hearing that.
In either case,
was it too much added in?
What's up?
Did they just add in stuff that just didn't suit it, or?
Yeah, kind of. Again, it's kind of like with Nine Nations War or Nine Navies War that we talked about, where it's the same basic system, except for then they just tacked on a little too much stuff. War at Sea is really fun because the system works really, really well. And I get it. It's not nearly like Nine Navies War, because Nine Navies War, like, you tack on one or two things and it's not too bad. But then once you tack on like 8 different little tiny things, all of a sudden it's just, okay, this is impossible to keep track of. Victory at Sea was not like that. But I think I prefer just the system from War at Sea. Still a very good game, because War at Sea is one of my favorite games. Victory at Sea is still a very good game. Definitely an honorable mention.
Hey, real quick, Jeff, can you see the comments, or is that on your other monitor to your left?
No, I've got my StreamYard on my right. That's why it looks like my head's over here.
Okay, all right.
I've got my games.
Because Miroslav says if Hexy liked Russian Front, he should check out UGG's Empire of Apocalypse. Nordic says, what's the topic? It's what we played in 24 that we liked and what we're looking forward to in 25. So let us know, Nordic, what you played. And we're on the mediocre games, right? Well, not mediocre. I'm sorry. Mid-level, kind of like they were fun, but they weren't, the best. We'll cover those in a minute. So type us up, Nordic and anyone else. I'm not sure which game he's talking about.
What are you talking about, Chris? Which game?
Forge and Brush is here, so it's good. Having an awesome weekend.
Outstanding.
This is good. Damn Tim, the game that sort of jumped out to me, surprisingly more fun and better than I was expected, was No Retreat Italian Front.
I keep looking at those, and and I've seen some people selling them. There's something about those games that I can't seem to grab. Maybe it's the counters that I'm seeing in it or whatever. Aren't those like area movement or something? The No Retreat games?
I don't think so. It's a lot of cards.
I can't remember.
Let's see here. I already put
Tim, I appreciate that. Todd and I are going to lean on you pretty hard this next year.
Yep. Damn Tim, that'll come up here in a little bit later in the stream. Oh,
yeah, definitely, Joey. For those of y'all that are just joining, just gonna tell you, I'm gonna say this. I'll say this a couple times. It'll get monotonous. I'm sorry. We are giving away 2 games tonight. They are 2 very, very deep games.
Deep.
They're well worth it. If you're outside the continental United States and you want to get it and you want to throw your name in the hat, I will only pay $20 for shipping. You will have to foot the rest of the bill. So think about that. You know how expensive it is to ship. And I only ship, sorry guys, but I only ship United States Postal Service. I don't have time for UPS or FedEx or any of that stuff. All right. And I can't leave stuff here for them to pick up during the week. So it's United States Postal Service. I will foot $20 if it's outside of the continental United States. If it's inside the continental United States, I will put the whole bill on it. Best I can do. Sorry. But let me tell you something. When I tell you these games, you might consider, even if where you live, you still might want either of them.
Wrong show, Mike. Wrong show. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
So, do we want to go down? Gosh, do I want to do my brow beaters first, or do we want to go down the good road? I think let's go down the good road with one game.
Just one, okay.
Yeah. Why don't you start us off with the first one of your top 5 there?
Who's that?
You, Todd.
I would say a great campaigns of American Civil War with you earlier in the year. We're going to get back to that this month.
Just laid the boom down on me now.
Which is the one we played? It was
All Green Alike.
Way 2.
All Green Alike.
All Green Alike.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were on the
I
last scenario.
I just really enjoy that game, and it needs to happen more often. So,
All right, Andrew. What you got? One of your top 5, buddy. Don't give us your best one. Save your bestest one for last.
oh,
I quite literally just crammed half a pretzel in my mouth. We're gonna go with. Man, that's a good question. Not the bestest one, but a darn. Oh, okay. So, I really enjoy playing games with folks. Probably one of my favorite games that I played solo this year was another scenario out of Long Street Attacks.
mm,
So I have that video posted.
Yep, the second day of Gettysburg on the Union left. I played the Wheatfield scenario. It's a blind swords game designed by Herman Luttman. Phenomenal, great system, great. Oh, geez, good Lord. Good system, great scenario, just fantastic. Couldn't be happier playing it. That would certainly be one of my top games that I played solo this year. It's not even a new game. Sorry, guys, but it's fantastic. Still recommend that or Thunder at Dawn as the two that I would recommend starting that system with. But yeah.
And we were what Todd turned me on to, and I recognized the guy after I went over and looked at the channel, a guy that's doing comparisons of CWBS and the Revolution games. Not Revolution, well, the Blind Sword. All right, Brian, one of your top 5 for the year, buddy.
Top 5?
Yeah, just give us something that you played that was in your top 5 for the year.
Oh, got like 3. Actually, if you wanted to hold back on our best or favorite one,
Which one?
I'd say probably the Fistful of Lead series and stuff right now.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What did you do?
But
What was the game you played in the Fistful of Lead? Didn't you play the Civil War game?
yes, I played the Civil War game that you were asking me about for a while, Battle of Pikachu.
Which gives me 2 years playing a Caesar game.
Yeah. No, that was fun.
He harassed you for a lot longer than a while about that.
It was about 2 years. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it was fun.
And it was good.
It's full lead for that. The outcome came out to be about the same, I think, if I remember.
Right.
So, and I did that with 15 mils for the first time. So, and that's the difference for this year is I've been doing a lot of 15 millimeter action. So,
right.
But before that was Stanwood Station that nobody knows about.
Did you film it?
Yeah, I videoed that first. Stanwood Station. It's the beginning of the California column. They had to go past Yuma to Stanwood Station.
Yeah.
And then they had to cruise right along to take out the Confederate pickets, and they end up in Cacho Peak.
And for those of y'all that don't know anything about the California column, you should read up on about that California column because there's a lot of interesting little units there that turned up in the Eastern Theater of Operations during the American Civil War. And Brian does such a great job of miniatures anyhow.
And then I also I got a hex encounter game coming in with Sibley, Confederate General Sibley or whatever, because he was in charge of New Mexico territory.
Right.
So I got a whole bunch of battles of New Mexico territory coming up.
Are you getting some of the Red River stuff?
Uh-huh. So yes, I do look cold.
All right.
Because Brian's
ice over to my monitor here, and here's I have a top 6. Sorry, I just couldn't throw these away. I couldn't throw these out. There were 6 of them. So here's my number 6, we'll say, for me. And that is...
Oh, he's going on video here. BGG.
That one, huh? Panzer Group of Guderian. All-time super awesome classic. Probably one of the best. And when I say one of the best systems, I'm talking one of the best systems that was in the early years and still classifies as one of the best systems out there today. So that one definitely made it into my top 6. It could have been anywhere in that list, but yeah, okay. Well, we'll just leave it at that. That's in my top list right there. So Panzer Group, and I have the Avalon Hill version. So, and I got that from.
Hello.
Well, I got it from Andrew via Todd.
Nope, I got that at. I found that on my own.
Great game, and I'm glad he had it. Matter of fact, he had two. You had the flat pack and the box, didn't you? One of you, Todd. You
Yeah,
got the flat
Todd
pack,
has
right?
the flat pack. You have the box, I think. Not a
I
vice
do?
versa.
No. I have the box now from Todd. You still have the flat pack, Andrew.
I don't have the flat pack here.
All right, sure, yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, so there's one round. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you all the first game we're going to give away, and then I'll tell you about it. We'll send off the mark of when you all need to enter. Now this game, it is punched and stuff's bagged, but it's not clipped. And this game has a player guide in it. Can anybody guess what it is? You're not going to win it by guessing what it is. But it has a player guide in it. It's World War II. And if you know Hexy, it's Hexy's favorite front.
Mid-War Sicily.
This came from Todd. He sent it to me a year and a half ago. I have my own copy of it. He sent it, so we're going to give this thing away. And what we're going to do is, if you want to participate in this, we're going to be doing a spin wheel. So between now, Todd's going to be watching the chat. If you want this game, remember what I said about the shipping. $20 if you're outside the United States and you really want it, but I will pay for shipping inside the United States, continental. Type in Russia besieged in the chat. No. Type in Russia besieged or Russia Todd. Type in Russia Todd.
Let's just type in "I want it" or something.
Well, no. We have a no because we don't get mixed up with the other game. So
type in Russia Todd, and
Russia,
then I'll cut it off here after we go a little farther. So let's go back to this.
For those of you who are listening and not necessarily watching the video, it's not the window that's open. It's Russia Besieged by Compass Games.
Yep, deluxe edition with the player's guide. Todd goes all out when he gets this stuff. I was able to snatch this one from the Noble Knight Jaws of Death before it went there. All right, so let's we'll let Todd keep track of some names here for a few minutes. Andrew, let's go on. Let's get some more of your top fives.
Okay. Some of these might be stepping on Todd's toes. Played 2 games out of the Storm Over series with Toddy this year. Both very fun. He won 1. I won 1. We played Storm Over Stalingrad, which was pretty cool. My first introduction to the series. Played that as a Does that mean I played Storm Over Jerusalem this year too?
I did not. You did, but I did not.
Oh shit!
I'm pretty sure you played that this year.
List of videos.
So I got right now. I've got Damn Tim, Nordic, Meandering Mike, Scott, Papa, Joey, Amerislav, Charles.
Dang.
Walkabout.
Okay.
Walkabout. I don't even know if we can get to you Walkabout, but maybe when they get off strike.
We'll figure it out. Okay, so then one of my just blocks is going to be the Storm Over games. Like I said, Todd and I played, or Wardrobe and I, this guy, played Storm Over Stalingrad. Fantastic, super fun to play. The map on that is really cool because it's absurdly long. It's just a cool game to play. I played after we kind of established, okay, this is how the Storm Over series kind of works. I played Storm Over Jerusalem, which was fantastic, super fun game to play. I think we'd have a good time playing that if he could figure out anything other than World War II. But Storm Over Jerusalem was quite fun. And then in September, we played Storm Over Arnhem, like the first one of that series. So I capstoned that series with the first one they came out with, and then the last one they came out with. And Storm Over Arnhem was fantastically fun. I got the shit kicked out of me. Todd was certainly the bad guys, but he absolutely just trounced me. I don't think I lasted as long as Johnny Frost did historically, but
did you
very
keep your
fun.
umbrella?
I was not Digby Watham Tartar, I think is his name, something like that. I did not. He was the commander of Johnny Frost's A Company. But no, I did not, unfortunately. So those would be just kind of a big bundle of that was fantastic. So take that big bundle of Storm Over games, set them over to the side. We also have Storm Over Normandy that Todd's got at the house right now. that we'll be playing at some point in time. And I kind of want to play Storm over Dien Bien Phu, Todd. That just seems like it'd be a fun game. None of the other ones.
Save those for what we want to do this year.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. Anyways,
Ryan, what else you got? Give us another one.
Another one of my top fives?
Yeah. I mean, it could be. I mean, even if it was another fistful of lead, if it was a different battle that you really enjoyed playing.
Oh,
or a Zombicide game that you liked. I don't know. You know, you play.
Let's go with my most recent one here. Let's do we'll do the 1-page rules. The Christmas Pig Escape.
Oh,
that's good.
I got a lot of feedback of how I try to make my games unique, different.
Right.
So not the same old kind of stuff that you see. So yeah, that was probably, I'd say it's been my top 5 there. That was pretty fun and stuff. So I wish I could have added an extra Yeti to it, but it's fun. I know a lot of my games have pigs in it. So
how many 1-page rules games did you play this year?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I haven't really played many. I only did 6 so far. So
thank you, Walkabout.
Yeah. But I got a list here. I was waiting when we want to do our list or whatever. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then give us 1 or 2 off your list.
I got stats.
Remember, if you want in on that game, type in Russia, Todd.
And you don't have to go to Hexy's channel for that. I'll see it on my channel too. I'll see them all. So
yeah.
I think everyone's already left. So
we can see him in the StreamYard chat. So,
but yeah, we'll call it. That'll be my top 4. That'll be number 4.
Okay.
Todd, you pop one.
I'm going to go with the Storm over Arnhem Stalingrad games. Well, I guess the Stalingrad game wasn't quite as fun. We got kind of all saucy at each other about that one, but
only for a minute.
That's true. And then we did play Arnhem later because we thought, let's try again and get along.
We did get a little bitchy during Storm over.
It was fun. I feel like I played the Storm over. I feel like I played anyway. It's the first time I can remember playing the Storm over, and I had that Storm over Arnhem game back in 84, 83. And just never could figure it out or whatever because little toddy. Anyway, it was fun though. It's a really cool game. It would make a cool miniatures game, but I'm not doing it. So,
and all the Storm overs, they're all area movement, right?
Correct. Yeah. They do change. Like it's interesting to see playing just those 3 so far. It's interesting to see the change in that system, but that's not what we're talking about today. So I'm going to shut up.
That's right. Anyway, so good. So I'd say that was my. I'm not really. Mine aren't really right, except for my. I will name my number one, but these aren't in preference order until my number 1.
That's fine. All right, I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do a. Okay, first off, the crowd there. Do y'all want to hear me talk about a game that I couldn't stand, or that I didn't have fun with?
Yeah, hold on, Papa. I got you.
I think Jeff's favorite game, just like Nord, was Banish All Their Fears.
Do you want to hear me talk about a game that I did not enjoy? Because I got 4 of them.
Yep. 4? Dang. Okay, go.
And like I said, they're not. Don't get me wrong. These I just didn't enjoy. Okay, that's all it is. That they might be gorgeous games, and they might be. And I know that 2 of these, maybe 3 of these, are going to be great games for everybody else. All right, but I'm going to save the one that just bugged me the most. I'm going to save it for last. All right, so I'm going to start off with one that's pretty simple, and that is the Richard Berg when he was with Simulations Design Incorporated, the 1862 Stones River game I played. When I set that up, I said, this is going to be fun. This is going to be simple. And then I started rolling for combat in a game that's supposed to stretch from the 31st to the 2nd of January, 31st of December to the 2nd of January with a down day in between where nobody fought. I was done with it before lunchtime on the first day, where everybody was pretty much just wrecked too much to be able to do anything, and you couldn't recover past a certain level. So I thought, okay, good. This could be a good game. And I know I mentioned my videos. They've got to, somebody needs to come up with a better combat chart because that was just way too much dying and way too fast. All right, now I've said it. All right, I'm just wondering if there's any of y'all out there that even played any of those games. And Sawyer, Alan, I did see your little note about that somebody was selling that. I've got that one. And I've got 1863. I don't know if there was any other ones. All right, now back to my top 6. here is my next one. And it was Baptism by Fire. And this is the second time I played the campaign. And look, I only got to say 3 letters, BCS. It's just a phenomenal system. I have not played the last Blitzkrieg, which I really want to. I have not played Panzer's Last Stand. I gave Todd, I sent him my copy of that Aircourt box, and I did not get Valley of Tears, and I'm thinking about it still, but just not my era, I guess, that I want to deal with over there. So, but this would be my number 5 out of my top 6 list. That was Baptism by Fire, and that's from Multiman Publishing. If you've not played BCS and you like operational games with a completely different twist than the stuff we normally play, get a BCS game.
Did you pre-order? Did you pre-order Inflection Point?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Might as well get that out of our system right now, too. So all right, look, I'm going to talk about real quick before we move on. 4 games, okay? We're going to talk about the 2 on MMP, which is the new East Front BCS. It's on pre-order. Get over there and get it now. Get it pre-ordered now. I think it's already hit its number, to be honest with you. And then their Line of Battle, the Wilderness game, is also on pre-order. Then get over to GMT. And if you guys like American Civil War in depth, the GBACW system, Stepping into Hell is on pre-order. And I have test played that. There's people that are still test playing it. That game will blow your mind, okay? And if you haven't done it, because it's fixing to come, I think it's being printed, and you want to learn GBACW, you need to get over there and order Stigler's game now before that price goes to what it's going to be full price. Because I got a feeling we've been talking about it. I think it's going to pop in the first quarter, maybe second quarter, but it's already at the printer from what we understand. Yeah, I made my point. All right, let's close off the no more entries.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do the spin on this first game. Now, if you are the winner, you know the routine. I will dish out 20 if you're outside the continental United States and you really want it. What you're going to have to do is my email is on the YouTube channel. Just send me an email so that I know who it is. Give me your address, complete, full address to ship it to. And if you are outside the continental United States, you're going to wait for me to get what the shipping is, and I will email you the differential. And then the only way I can do is take it by PayPal. So,
yeah, I'll put my money on Tim D.
All right, Todd's going to do the spinny Rooney. Here we go. Oh, stop. Oh, too late. Sorry, Mark.
What?
Of course.
No! Chucky!
Of course.
Chucky has just won.
I thought Miroslav was getting it.
Of
A
course.
copy
Get it,
of
Charles.
Russia Besieged. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Charles, you're very good viewers on our channels, man. You are on there
well
first to
deserved.
comment all the time, so it's a
That
good
will be
thing.
headed your
Oh,
way, sir.
Charles, it was not.
Charles,
Yes.
you can't say it's where
Terrible.
everybody's going
I
to
can't
know.
believe- These are baseless accusations.
Should I even mention the next game yet, or should I hang on a little bit?
Well, make sure you take his name off for the next wheel spin.
Well, it's going to be a whole it's going to be a whole new entry because some people may already have it. So.
all right.
And they may not want it.
Here I am. Watch this. Boom.
All right.
So that's enough. Of that.
Congratulations, Charles. Yeah, I know. And poor Mark, he didn't get it. We turned before he got in. Okay, so let's get back to our top
Yeah.
5. So, Todd, we didn't start with you last time. Todd, let's hit you up for your next one.
Let's go with the finally getting some ASL played, full ASL, and that's with Rich, a local dude here. We were supposed to get to go this week, but weather and all stuff was crazy here, so and work. So anyway, I played 4 full ASL scenarios, and he and I are going to start a mini campaign of the singling battle. So that'll be fun. Anywho, so that was nice to get those. I wanted to get 5 face-to-face plays in. I did get some solo. I got my count of games in, I guess, but I really wanted 5 face-to-face. But it was good to get that. So that was I guess that was my 3rd one. Again, not in order except for my last game. All right.
Mutt. Let's do Mutt. Give us something else, Mutt, that you enjoyed this year.
Actually, it was a fistful of lead game where I had all you guys in it. I titled it like the Rusty Blade Wars or whatever, and I used those monks or whatever they were and stuff, and had you guys go out and fight. And of course, Murray, he sucked at it. Gollum kept beating the crap out of him, and you guys said Jeff, you had to bail Mcmurray out every time and stuff. So that would probably be my number 3 one. And so I like to try to keep doing games like that where I get you guys involved in, use your names or use people and subscribers and stuff and go that route for next year. So you have to see my videos, man. A lot of you guys are cardboard pushers here, man.
And Brian will make you enact with your character. You will not sit there idle. He will push you and push you and push you.
I'll put you in it.
Do the right things. All right, Anderson, what you got?
How many more rotate? Well,
so I got 2 more games. I got 2 more games on mine. So
yeah, so one that I really enjoyed was from that. It's a local game designer at the Historical Gaming Company. You guys have seen me and Mike has played a whole bunch of his games and put out a whole bunch of videos like the Battle for St. Louis, Battle for Cahokia. He's really just been putting games out like crazy. But one of the ones that's not in that same series that uses a very different series of mechanics is a game called Road to Independence, which is an American War of Independence, just theater game, like whole war, period. It's point to point. It's very good. In the same series, I got to test play his American Civil War game that's on the same system. It was really fun. I had a great time. The mechanics are pretty unique. And he also has a French and Indian War game for it that I look forward to playing as well. That's sitting right over here. So that'd be probably the next one.
I just realized that my top 5 that I said was top 6 is actually top 7.
oh my goodness, that's your show. You can do whatever you want.
Sorry about that. Okay,
I guess when you're done there, I have 2 starred questions I want to get to. One for Mcmurray, one for me. So go ahead, Jeff, and I'll get to this.
Y'all want to hear another game I couldn't tolerate?
Yes, Jeff. We want to know what you.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's do this one here. And I don't know if I'll get kickback on this. I might because of the system. I know a lot of people love it, and I haven't gotten rid of it. I'm debating whether I'm going to get rid of it or not. But OCS Burma, I kept that because I wanted to play something that was Pacific, and yeah, sorry, just just didn't do it for me. That, and I like OCS. That one just did not get it for me. So I said goodbye to OCS Burma. It's sitting over there. I don't know. That'll probably go out of here somewhere along the line. But yeah, sorry, didn't do it for me. All right, I'm gonna throw three quick good ones out there so that I can only have 2 left to be on key with everybody else.
Okay, and then we'll do the questions, the 2 questions.
All right. Now here's one that this game could have been number 1 or number 2, but I'm not going to give it that yet because it's the first one, and I know there's more coming. But when it comes to the components of the game and the way I'm trying to see if people can guess this as I throw stuff out. There are 3 sets of rules: a basic, an intermediate, and an advanced. And no, Mcmurray, don't even think, because it's not what you think it is. That will be a discussion for 2025. But it was. Oh, I got to do my solo. First Victories, Glory and Empire. I know there's probably a few out there that maybe you've got your lock and load. So I know they shipped out some more stuff today. So if you ordered it and you haven't got it, it's probably on its way now. And that, whatever that batch is, I know some people have already got it. Terry Doherty from the Labatai system, from what I understand, he's brought a few more Labatai people over into the system. And I know there's 3 or 4 more games that he's working on already. This thing's excellent. When I talk about this, not that they are even close to being the same game, but I like to compare it with GCACW, where you can play the whole game with the basic rules. You don't have to use the advanced rules. Now, you want to get into that detail about wheeling units and how they pivot and stay in all, command and all that formation. Then you can play the advanced rules. And then in between, the battalion rules in between, it goes soldier, battalion, brigade. The battalion rules aren't they're a slight upgrade. Yeah, Alan, I probably need to. I really should. But God, I got so many things that are brewing in my head for this year. And it's your fault, the things I got brewing in my head for this year. All right, so that's first victories. Wellington versus Napoleon, which actually he's not even there. Napoleon. All right, another one that I played that I really enjoyed. I think this is the new cover, but the original Tattered Flags, which I sent to Andrew to play, that's probably the closest thing to a miniatures game without miniatures that Hexy's played. And I really, really enjoyed that. Now, don't get me wrong, the new one's not bad either. I haven't played enough of that one yet, but I really had a blast playing this thing here using the ruler to measure and units having to stay connected to each other, and the way the disrupted or disorder system worked in. Great game. I'm 50-50. I wish they would have stayed with the same play type with the rulers, but I get putting the points on the map to move to can make it easier for players to handle units. So that Tattered Flags into the Whirlpool, either edition. And then this one I blame on Todd, and I need to get back to this system because I loved it. And that is GTS.
Yeah, baby.
I doubted that. I thought matter of fact, I even sent him one of my boxes. Thought I was never going to play it. And then I finally got this one out to play, which from what I understand is probably great to learn with, but probably not the best system. But I think I played 3 scenarios in this thing.
Yeah, we played the same 3. I think we played the same. You might have played one more than I did.
And I loved it. So, and
that's the old rules. That's not even the new rule.
Yeah, and I'm actually angry that I'm not. Because there's so many other things I need to do that I haven't stayed with it. But yeah, that was it. This is in my top 7 now. Okay, I'm going to save my last 2.
Okay. Real quick questions here. Let me go to the starred questions here. This is from Camp Mcmurray. Have you ever got SPI Dreadnought on the table?
Not yet. It'll happen. Not yet.
Okay. It's easy. What front? I think we played both East and West. I don't have the scenarios called out what we played, but yeah, I think it was like 2 and 2. So, and then Singling is West Front, 44 battle. So a little mix of both. And I think they were all, we might have played one early war. I think they might have been otherwise like 43, 44. He's not a huge, like me, not huge on like playing 45 with all those humongous tanks. We're neither one. I mean, we'll do it, but it's not a priority like it is for some. A real quick discussion on OCS Burma here real quick. I just want to cover them all at once. And so we got OCS Burma. It looked interesting. I need to get more team games for Pacific World. So let me just do this. I'll do that one. And then Mike, OCS not good in Pacific, Southeast Asia. And then we got OCS Burma is great. So I was going to say, don't choke on those pretzels, bro. I can't get there quick enough to Heimlich you. And probably wouldn't do good in it anyway. So Burma is, many people like Burma. Now, it may not be everyone's cup of tea because I'll tell you what, I have played a Burma game. I haven't played a whole bunch of OCS. It is not East Front OCS. That is for sure. So don't expect that. It felt claustrophobic because you have very limited movement because the jungles and you got to stick to routes. And it literally felt like a knife fight with the Japanese, the Chindits, and the British, I believe. Yeah. So, but it was very enjoyable, and I can see why a lot of people recommend it as a first one because there's a bunch of things you don't have to worry about, like huge chains and stuff of supply like on the East Front. It does make it easier in that way. But the reason people like OCS, a lot of them, is they like that sweeping motions and the big supply lines because that's important, but just in Burma. But people like it a lot. And there's a new East Front one, Pacific one out called Luzon in Operational Matters magazine. I helped proof that. But I don't even know if it's a full mapper. It's one map, small map. Everything's on the map that you need to play the game, I believe. And it's Japanese taking Luzon. So taking the Philippines.
And in my defense, now I did, if you've watched my videos in December, I have played some Pacific Theater stuff. Mm-hmm. And I have more coming. Actually,
yeah, I think
on the table right now.
I feel like OCS has just cooled off on you a little bit.
Well, yeah, and I think OCS fits the East Front really, really well. And can fit the West Front, I think, when you start doing some of the breakout stuff. In the West Front, I think it fits really well. But it's definitely built for the East Front. And like the Crimea one, all I had to do was watch Kev playing it, and I thought to myself, that thing
Yes.
just doesn't fit Crimea by itself. So, all right. So let's do this before we get on to some more favorites. Let's go ahead and show the next game. All right. And
the next giveaway?
Yeah, let's show this is the second of the two we had. Chuck's already won one. All right.
So is Chuck out? Chuck out.
Let's make this statement. This is the best gaming system ever made.
SCS. No, GTS. No, wait, it's ASL. Wait, shoot, what is my favorite system? Doggone it.
Hexy's best gaming system ever made.
Zombicide.
Nothing can touch it. It's the best box they ever created until we get Stigler, which is going to be great. Oops, I blew it. Sorry. All right, so here's what you're going to enter. You're going to enter DV, Dog Victor. DV Todd is what you're going to enter for this one here.
DV Todd.
Kev Sharp had this.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's make you solo here and turn it around a little bit.
Say what it is, Jeff.
Yeah, say what it is.
I'm looking at the wrong camera. Kev Sharp had this, and he didn't want to play it, so he put it up for sale, and I saw it the moment he put it up, and I said, send it to me. And I bought it, and I'm going to transfer it on to one of you lucky people. Now, look, if you got this, don't put your name in there. Let somebody who doesn't have it get it. I mean, unless you really need a second copy. Like I have second copies of some games, but this one, it's unpunched. I think he didn't care for the rules in it. I love the system. And let me tell you something. What is it? I've never seen a better game price-wise for what's in the box than this thing right here. Okay.
Day of days.
So Death Valley Battles for the Shenandoah. This does not have the expansion. Sorry. But if you want it, put in DV Todd, and he will start. And we'll hold this one for a little longer so that everybody can get a chance that wants it. But this is it's depth, it's detail. You can download the latest rules, and you'll have. I'm telling you, you don't set these up for 5 minutes and play them in an hour. There might be a snare or two. You might be able to get away with that. But this is the most detailed in the Civil War that I can think of. So
good chances right now. We have five on board.
All right, so let's move on while we're doing some namey names there.
DVT, Delta Victor Toddy Poo Poo.
All right, let me start this time. All right, my number, now, mine were in order. So wait. Do we want to hear Hexy talk about another game that he just did not like?
Yes.
I got two left.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So this one here would be my number two. And my title says didn't do it for me. All right.
Okay.
Doesn't mean the game stunk and I didn't have fun playing the game, because this is from a great system. It's an easy play system. But the result I got out of the game, and y'all should be able to guess right away when I say this, pretty much the same result through any game that's made for that battle.
Ooh, Tom.
Any ideas what I'm talking about?
Thank you, Telemachus.
Ardennes 2.
Oh.
While I enjoyed playing it, I could not punch out no matter what I did. I had some good recommendations from a lot of people on maybe a different approach. I just could not do it. I mean, I don't know if it's one of those where you just have to get master dice rolls for the Germans every time they do something. But beautiful game, beautiful counters. Once I understood after a few turns how the artillery worked, I said, okay, that's cool. But then you pick those artillery markers up before movement phases, and they don't have any effect on anything except for exploitation movement. So, yeah, Ardennes. And I'm not going to lie to you. I will probably give that game away to somebody here before long, or to go to Noble Knight. But
just
Ardennes,
bad dice rolls?
What's that?
No. Yeah, he didn't really like. He talked about it like he just. It felt like it was. What was the thing you said? You felt like it was stagnant, like you couldn't do something. I thought that was the game you were talking about.
Yeah, I just couldn't get out. It was turning. Matter of fact, of the 5 or 6 Bulge games that I've played, it's funny because Ardennes 44 is the only one I ever won as the Germans, and you know my opinion of that game, which I know. I
You love that game.
Wait a minute. What game were you just talking about?
Ardennes 44. And Ardennes 2 is the one that I'm talking about now. But the only game I won as the Germans Battle of the Bulge game was Ardennes 44 from Simitage. And that was like 3 years ago I played that one.
I forgot to talk about that one, Toddy.
So
What?
This.
Battle of the Bulge game.
Oh yeah.
well, you'll pop here in just a second. All right, let me give you the last number 2 on my like list. Get that out of the way so I'm all caught up. All right, y'all ready for this one?
Y'all ready for this?
This might blow some of y'all's minds. Oops. Oh, you weren't supposed to see that.
Yep. Oh.
ASL starter kit. Okay.
I knew it sucked.
Todd has tried to talk me down or talk me into it. I don't know. I think I'm just going to get rid of all my games, Noble Knight. I'm just going to play ASL for the rest of my life.
I've been trying to talk him out of it, everybody. Let's just be real honest here.
I have had a blast playing this. I got a scenario set up. So if you're, well, I almost saying because I think I got a video that pops here in 2 days. Hexy went on and started learning 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 to get the tanks. And then I took a jump into number 4, which was a bad idea. I wish I'd have never tried that one yet with the Japanese rules, the special rules for Japanese. So I'm going to backtrack on that one. I might put up a video of what I've done over there so far. It's taken me 3 nights to do the Japanese half of the first turn because of trying to pay attention to everything. But all in all, that was the ASL starter kit was my number 2 for the year. Number 2.
Dang.
I know, isn't that different? Maybe, and I have all the other ASL stuff, a lot of it. So, eventually I'll go down that road. All right,
I don't think he's going to catch it, everybody. I just don't think he's going to. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of cool things about it. I just don't think he'll catch it. Let me ask this real quick. This is start. Go ahead, Andrew.
Like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I had Todd to the point where he was ready to, in one of the great Stalin-esque purges of his gaming shelves, ship multiple paper boxes full of ASL shit to Noble Knight.
And I've got a lot.
Something nonsensical must have happened, and here we are.
So here's what happened, Mcmurray. You told me that, and I was kind of going that path, and I was walking down, doing my grocery shopping, and then
I didn't even tell you. You got there, and that was one of the things I was not going, hey, Todd, you probably don't want to get rid of that. I was not doing that. All the shit that I'm like, Todd, you probably don't want to get rid of. That shit's all gone, long gone.
This guy was standing on the corner with, have you heard about the gospel of John Hill? And I was like, oh, what's that? And he goes, do you feel like neglected and not loved? And I said, yeah, Mcmurray's always mean to me. He's like, well, come on into this house. And we came in, and the IFT chart was there, and I just felt a sense of light and freedom.
And then you guys did the ET.
That's rude.
Real refresher. If you want this game,
oh yeah,
DV Todd, put it in there now. I only see maybe 6.
We have exactly 6. That is correct. You have a starred questionnaire when you're done doing that. Here it is. How big a difference is there between Ardennes 1 and 2? A lot. Wow. Like it's not even the same. You could own both games and have 2 different games, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
artillery is definitely the biggest. The barrage is definitely the biggest. I think Andrew, you always talk about it, exploit and reserve movement.
Yes.
So Ardennes 1 has the older exploit and reserve movement. Andrew's not a fan of that. That's an old element of SCS. And yeah, I mean, there are 2 or 3 major things different with Ardennes 2, I think. Well, 1, the map is beautiful. The map is way better in Ardennes 2 than 1, I think. It's just prettier. But I mean, the map in 1 is very functional, like old SCS games. But yeah,
what makes the maps pretty?
It's just a little bit more naturalistic looking, a little bit more detailed. The old SCS maps were just very functional. Like here's a forest, and just the graphics weren't as good and detailed. And they look a little computerized, whereas the new one they got off the work they did in the last Blitzkrieg on the BCS series. That's where they got the work done on that.
And I remember too when a lot of people first got the Ardennes 2, because I mean everybody was hungry to get it and pushing. And I remember a lot of people talking about maybe they should have kept it another couple months in development.
Yeah, there were just some things in the rules that were a little like, what? But it had some neat concepts.
Yeah. It's not, like I said, I'm probably going to give it away because I prefer the first one. But don't get me wrong, it's not a bad game to play. I mean, it's SCS, so.
Yes. And you have not played it, correct, Andrew?
Played Ardennes 1 for the first several turns of the campaign until I sneezed and sent the 101st up to Elsenborn Rage and almost cried and took it down.
All right, let's see. Which one is better for me? Ardennes 1 was better. Yep, GCA CW maps are plain sexy.
My gosh. Yeah.
Mr. Kibler does a knockout job. So, I think maybe I need to get my hands on the latest edition of Ardennes 44 to give it another go through. So,
wait, really? Wait, really?
Yeah.
You hated that.
You kept telling me too. Well, maybe you just need the newer versions.
Oh,
Maybe
that's right. That's right. I forgot that. That's right. There was a new version of it.
So,
Jeff, are you going to send me that other version again?
You know what I ought to do is send you Ardennes 2.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, maybe I'll do
that. Got him excited.
Because I'm done with it. So,
whoa. Hey, Nordic, I was that way about Battle of the Bulge. I was like, but then I started reading stories, like reading more history on it. I'm like, oh, now I see why people like battling it. It's kind of a desperate fight, and I don't know. It's got so many interesting stories. I mean,
just grab the Avalon Hill Battle of the Bulge, Nord. It's fantastic.
Yeah, he's not wrong. That would be a good way to play Battle of the Bulge.
All this GCSW talk, we haven't played any this year. I think you played some Gettysburg stuff earlier in July. I haven't touched GCSW.
We played in 24.
Oh, we tried. We were playing some of the AGA stuff. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why I don't have it? Because weren't we doing it live? We were learning it live.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't look through my live list of stuff. So, and I can't wait to get into Last Gamble too. All right, so let's do our last burst of games that we really enjoyed in 2024.
Okay, I've got 2 left.
Okay. Well, go ahead and knock out one of yours now.
GTS Crete with the guys from around the country. That was really fun. Just to solidify that I really like GTS. The Crete campaign game, we stopped when it was pretty sure that the Germans are gonna probably win it, but then they're gonna win the coastline there. But then it's a battle of a fighting withdrawal, and all of us had kind of lost except for a couple, had lost the will to keep going on to kind of, and we wouldn't have finished anyway at that point. I think that was part of it. It's like, we're not going to finish. And that would be a hard part to play, but it was fun. I just really have enjoyed GTS. So put it back in my heart. Oh, here we go.
System. All right, Brian, what was the best thing you played all year? And I'm going to take a guess. You tell me if I'm wrong. Your mall fight in Zombicide.
Ooh, good guess.
Hopefully it's 3D Zombicide because that was fantastic.
That was going to be my number one. But I want to do number 2, and that was with me and McMurray doing an Arena of Blood. Dude, that was
right there,
so
buddy.
Awesome, man. But
that mall thing you did, that's kind of like us playing a slightly large hex encounter game, because you shot that took you
Zombicide without the tiles. Yeah, doing the Zombicide miniature wargaming without the tiles, just putting up a city out, escape and all that, and it worked. And that was what was so cool, was it actually worked. So thank you, Fallout, with the measuring stick, the sticks. So, because that made it really easy. And I'm looking forward to inviting you guys into doing some more of those. So I just got to build up more city terrain. So, but yeah, that one, and dude, Arena of Blood, man. Arena of Blood was
cool.
Great.
Walkabout says Gladiators was good, but 3D Zombies was awesome.
And then the other one that freaked McMurray out that he couldn't stand was Grimdale Part 2. We played that at the beginning of the year.
I remember that with the cactuses. Live cactus.
With the burning cactus. No, you did not. You did like you did the jackalope. You didn't like the jackalope, how he came out of there where he was, and how he's talking to you guys and stuff.
Oh.
Like, hey, man, trying
Yeah,
to
but then
help
I
you
killed
all out.
everything on the table. It was outstanding.
But you couldn't kill him. You got all pissy.
That's fine. I
So,
killed
yeah.
everything else. It worked out.
So, yeah. So, no, that's great. So, that was it. I'm good.
I'm
2025
Mcmurray.
is going to be really good.
Your favorite game of 2024, Mcmurray?
I have 2.
Okay,
Ooh,
go for it.
family of gamers. What's up?
I had 2 left on my.
Well, let's hear him.
So first off is Great Ward C.
Mm.
I'd put off getting it for a long time. Finally grabbed it. I've been having a blast playing around with it. Have not completed one of the full campaigns yet, but I've done a number of smaller scenarios, a number of the tactical scenarios. Very fun. And then honestly, my number one was probably Day of Days.
Oh,
we
yeah,
did in June.
yeah.
You know,
That was
that's not on my
fantastic.
list. It's not on my list, but
That's-
that was fun.
That's weird that's not on your list.
I had an absolute blast. For those of you who were not paying attention to these 2 gentlemen's channels, we played Day of Days, which is the SCS D-Day game. Not a chunk of D-Day, not some of the beaches on D-Day, D-Day. And we split it up
With Rob.
by beach kind of sectors.
Yep.
So I
Yep, with
had
Rob.
Utah
Yep.
Beach.
Yep.
Hex to Hex had Omaha Beach,
Come on.
which we should have totally swapped that up because Omaha Beach is pretty simple.
Yeah,
You basically
that's why
have
it didn't make my list.
2 divisions landing, and then you kick the shit out of some Germans once you get off the beach and you're done. Utah, you got a bunch of divisions landing. You got 2 airborne divisions, and then it's really fun. I had a blast. Who really got screwed on that one was this guy, Wardrobe, because he played the British and Commonwealth beaches, which is a colossal undertaking, but
You did it.
had a
You did
wildly
it.
fun time.
You both accomplished those brain buster scenarios, whereas I just drew a hopscotch board down on the map and just hopped right along with no problem. So,
Well, Mcmurray, I don't know if you said this, but he came and helped me out with it. So, I mean, that was,
well, yeah, that was a lot. I mean,
yeah, it's funny. You just don't think about it until you really start getting into it. You're like, holy cow, man.
right.
Just
So
let
if you go back to our channels and Rob from a spotting round, advanced squad leader spotting round, he played small scenarios in
he played
ASL.
a lot.
Yeah, he played a lot of them. And
So
matter of
much
fact,
so that he burnt out.
yeah, he almost threw
He
me out of
did. I
game.
felt bad about that.
He was like, yeah, guys, I'm good. And he kept playing ASL, but like, no, he enjoyed it, but it was a lot. He had the hardest mission there.
And we dropped all the scenarios on the dates of what we were playing. So if you go back and look at our June on mine and Wardrobes and Advanced Squad Leader Spotting Rounds channels, you'll see the scenarios in June where we pieced together the whole D-Day thing. And Day of Days only goes up to just around con, right? It doesn't go into the breakout areas, I don't think. It just goes.
No, it just goes 10 days in.
Yeah. So, and that was fun. And I think because I had Omaha Beach and it was just, I mean, once I busted the first line of, was it 352nd? There was nothing. They couldn't stop all that armor. And
Nord,
so,
it's certainly a game that you get off Noble Night, you buy it punched and clipped.
Yeah.
Buy it clipped, for the love of Christ. Unless you're like Jeff and you just love clipping stuff.
Bloody
Twice.
hell, no, you can't.
twice.
We sure didn't hear a British accent, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know, I'm terrible with accents.
All right, Todd, you got another. Oh, wait, man, Andrew, you got both? Okay, yeah, Day of Days in the sea.
Day of Days
All
and
right, Todd,
Great
you said you
Wars.
got one more number one.
Yeah, it's my number one because it was with a great group of friends. Still
you're
going
welcome.
on. It's amazing, and it's the best kind of game there is. And it's a Dragonlance campaign with D&D.
Yes, that was a good game.
He threatened us.
Ah, shit. I hit the wrong red button. How do I close this? How do I close the StreamYard app?
Wait, come on, you'll get it. Come on. Wait, what? Read my lips. Oh, Andrew, you're gonna stop. Be nice. So anyway, so for real though, it was not my. I mean, but a friend of mine, we're going on our 4th year of it, and it's
You're playing a
fun.
5-year campaign, aren't you?
So
It's going to go. It'll go 5. Yeah, it's going to go into 2026 in the beginning, and then it'll end. But my friend has taken the 1980s version of the Dragonlance campaign and had converted it over to D&D 5e before D&D came out with their revised module. This is great having Andrew kind of do his lip syncing with me and his color commentary. It's advanced sign language of my talking. But it is really, and Jay, the DM, who's been DMing for 30, 40 years, has put so much work into it. I mean, it is very fun, and it's a pretty cool thing. This is my this is the longest adventure I've been on. But anyway, good stuff. It is not my number one. I don't have a number one. They're all number one in my heart. But
yeah. Well, do you have another number one in wargaming, or is that your? If that's the most fun you had playing a game, I mean, look, this is the best thing. This is our first time getting Brian with us on here. But
yeah, finally.
We've got 4 complete different aspects of gaming that people like. We all like it. It's like 4 different genres of miniature or wargaming. And I think that's what, I mean, yeah, we all have some things we like together, but we all have there's different things we like that favor. All right, one more time, I'm going to show this. And then after I give the last 2 I'm giving, we're going to cut this off and roll for it. Death Valley, if you want it, you put DV Todd. If you want the best Civil War tactical system ever made and the best box ever made in the system, DV Todd. And after I talk about my last 2, we're going to roll. Don't pass up on this, guys.
It's a good
Civil War tactical.
It's a good one to win.
Yep. Okay. Who wants to hear my last most despised game I played?
Yeah, let's hear it.
5th edition
Dragonlance. I can't even believe I'm going to say this because they make great games, and believe me, there's nothing wrong with the components of this game or any of the ones they make. I just did not find the system. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So when y'all laugh or play, it's only me to get seen. I'm not going to show a picture of it, but I just couldn't find objectives in the game, and it was driving me crazy. And I played a couple of them, and Andrew was kind enough to send me this game. He bought it. I think you said you got a ding and dent, I think, when you got it. And he sent it to me because it was an era of the American Civil War that really no games were out there yet. We hope to see some soon. But it's the Worthingtons, the 7 Days Battles. I played the first one, and I was playing the second one. I was like, wait a minute. There's no real objectives in this thing. And I shut it down. I think I sold 2 of them. I still got 1 left around here somewhere that I need to probably pass on. But that was, of all the games that I played in 2024, that one hurt the most. So, all right, now.
Real quick, hold on.
Go ahead.
Family, if you're asking about, I don't know what game you're asking about, but if you're asking about Death Valley, which it probably aren't, but in case you are, that is not a miniatures game. But and the game I was talking about was also not a miniatures game. It's just role playing. But let us know which game you're talking about. And there's Nordic. I can't put that up, Nordic. You just keep talking about banish all their turds. That's so.
Hey, Devin.
Devin's on. Good. So real quick, we've had a couple people jump on even since you showed that. We're giving away Death Valley, and if you want to win Death Valley GBACW, just put D as in Death, V as in Valley, and T as in Todd, and I'll enter you in. We have 6, so it's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, what phenomenal game! It's big. It is. And the rules.
I think it's an ad for that.
Yeah, but it's a great game. All right.
Hey, Dad.
I need to play that.
Lead into
Jeff
my favorite game. The best game.
What's your favorite game?
The best game I played, and I'm not going to lie to you. I think over the last 3 years, it is the best game period that I think I've played, and that would be Dick Whitaker's Into the Woods.
Into the Woods, GBACW.
Yep. This game there's nothing. I can't find anything in this game that makes you scratch your head as to why the hell that rule is in there. They knocked this out of the park. And of course, we all know the GBACW stemmed from Richard Berg. And of course, we lost Mr. Berg there just a little while ago. But Dick Whitaker, this was his first game where he pretty much did this for the most part on his own. And he killed it. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So you see Charles Kildare did the maps along with Roger B. McGowan. One of the two did the maps, one did the counters. But it's GMT. And what kills me is that I think you can still get this. And a lot of people have not picked this game up. You're missing something. You are really missing a great game on Shiloh if you don't go out and grab this thing. Plus, it has a couple of small maps for some starter scenarios. All right. So, Great Battles of America Civil War, Into the Woods. I think that's the best game I played in 3 or 4 years. I like it so much I bought 2 counters. Or two games.
Two games, yeah.
All right. Yeah, love it.
I have a start question I want to get to real quick before we move on. No, Mcmurray's gone. But is there a game you won you don't like or didn't like? That's an interesting question because a lot of times when you win, you're like, oh, that was a great game. But is there one you won?
And how do you say that you won? I mean, for me, it's got to be something where, because I play solo, where I'm playing as the attacker. Because most of the time that's what you're doing.
Yeah, if I solo, I always consider it a win if I win as the attacker, no matter how it is, because that's just I have a harder time doing that.
Well, and mine would have had to have been Ardennes 44.
So you won it and didn't like it. McMurray, you haven't brought up very many miniatures games. McMurray, we have this question, is there a game you won you didn't like? And even solo, if you won as the attacker, say, I don't know. But I don't really have one, I don't think.
Family's interested in
okay.
It takes a lot to make me not like a game.
Yeah, yeah. True.
I don't know if I had one this year that I didn't particularly like that I played, much less one that I won that I didn't. That's the other cool thing. Playing solo, you always win.
Fantastic.
But yeah, no, I don't know about that. I walked out of my first game that I've ever done that with this year, but that didn't have anything to do with. That didn't have anything to do with the game. The game's fantastic. Rommel is a great set of rules. But yeah,
it was a player.
Correct. Joey, you played SCS Guadalajara? I would assume that's probably.
I enjoyed that game.
I think I have it. I need to play that.
I don't see Joey playing that. I don't think he's a big SCS guy, but maybe he would.
Like I said, I don't think that's necessarily the thing, but it's Spanish Civil War, so who knows? I don't know how many. If there's a preponderance of. Yeah.
Papa, why are you poking the bear, Papa?
Maybe so. Dragonlance. I can't hang on. It's tiny.
Oh, it says maybe 5e Dragonlance, McMurray, or your fan.
Oh well, I haven't ever played 5th edition Dragonlance.
How about first or second or third or fourth?
I don't necessarily have a lot of self-respect rattling around, but I do have enough to not do that. I just feel bad casting fireballs at Toddy when he's used to taking normal balls anyways.
Hey, look what he's saying there.
Okay. All right.
What?
Last chance. Put your name in, and we're going to spin, and then we're going to move on to our future endeavors. DV Todd, put it in there for Death
Turn
Valley.
it the other direction. There you go.
And get your name in there. Don't pass up on this. I'd say it might be a little much for some because they're deep rules, but it is the most to me. I wasn't there. I was born just shortly after the American Civil War. But from what I understand, this
That's
is probably
not true at all.
So put it in there now.
Jeff was pissed off because he had been discharged by the time
we're
the
going.
Nazis rolled around.
We're going
real
to
quick,
sit on that, and then we're going to get into talking about what our intentions are. And one of the things, while we're giving you all a chance, I'm going to give you all right now the chance to put your name in there. We've only got 6 on there right now.
7. We have 7.
7. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about for 2025, it's really the biggest thing that I'm cared about. And we need 2 things to happen. We need Stigler's game to get released.
Come on, Stig. He's not even on here. Come on, Stig.
Todd and Andrew, the intention is to come out here in April or May. And if once they give me the set dates, I'm
We
going to
got
try
you.
to get hold of tour guide Phil Musket up in Gettysburg to get him to, if he can do it. I mean, I haven't mentioned to him yet, but I'm going to as soon as I know what dates they got to get him to meet us out there. Even though I can take us around the battlefield, although it's changed a little bit. It would be so nice to have him because I've listened to him, all his knowledge. You can catch him on Stuff Writer too on YouTube. He's got one on there. But so that's my biggest thing for 2025, and we're going to talk about what we all want to play or do, or what tasks we have. But let's go ahead. Let's do a spin. Last chance. Put it in right now. DV Todd, if you want that game. You know the shipping. I've talked about it already.
Okay. All right. Before I do the spin here, oh goodness, we got Heron King's new.
Wow.
All right, so I do want to post up Nangoya's question, but also in the chat, put what you're excited about playing. I've got 5 people talked about something, so talk about what you're excited about playing or trying. No one in this screen plays 40K, but there might be someone
anymore.
The guess, yeah, but we just don't.
OPR.
But someone else there. Okay, let me see here. So I want to put Nangoya's question so that they can think about it while we're spinning the wheel here. So I'm going to start there. And you guys can talk about it if you want while I pull up the thing here. So I'm just, let me start that. Thanks, Scott. Okay.
I did Nangoya.
Okay, here we go. Let me pull that up here. Let me share my screen, add to stage.
I grabbed a whole bunch of Avalon and other stuff.
Oh, sorry. 5, 4. Wait, what happened to Jeff?
I don't know.
Where's Jeff?
Just spin it. He stood up. He's probably taking a leak.
Is he having
We'll hear it
the old man issue?
I'm here.
Yeah, he's taking a leak.
Not even grab something. All right.
Okay, hold on. Now I got other people.
Hey, John Wise.
Hey, John Wise.
Hey, John. John, do you want to get entered to win GBACW Death Valley?
Dead Zone.
If you do,
you got a lot of people talking about what they want to play. This is great.
Yeah, are any of you guys going to Adepticon? I wish
I am not. No one
might try. I'll try, family. I'm not sure though. I know there's a bunch of local guys. All right, Toddy, can you add John Wise in here?
Last one. That's the last one.
All right.
John, you live in Hawaii, don't you?
Oh.
So he probably didn't hear it. He didn't hear the shipping thing. So
different. John. First off, that is in the U.S. Also, John Wise. You're thinking of John.
I said continental U.S.
Oh, I think you might be thinking of John from Joy Wargaming.
Oh.
I thought John.
Oh, yeah. That's right. John's in Virginia. That's right. Because I always associate him with the governor during my favorite era.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. See.
Spinning. Here we go. Spinning. Boom.
Spin.
Oh, wait, did Dan
Got rolling.
Congratulations, Scott. Good job.
Scott is the winner.
Scott, still on here. Let's see if he's still on here before we do it.
Good job, Scott.
He should be.
Ooh, Scott.
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying what?
Oh, there he is. Woohoo. He won it. There he is. All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Send an email. If you want to send it to Wardrobe, that's fine. If not, you can go on my YouTube in the Hex to Hex Wargaming. Send me an email with your full address and name. And Scott, are you in the U.S. or Canada, Scott? I think Scott's U.S., right?
Good job, Scott.
So I know Charles is in the U.S., so I will eat the shipping for him. Idaho, there we go. I will eat the shipping on that. And
I think that's in the U.S., isn't it?
I got one more box.
Not private Idaho.
Wait, you're doing another giveaway? What the blank?
Another giveaway. Holy crap. Seriously? It's going to be a box.
Jeff's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this. Yeah,
we'll list it while we're doing the 2025 chit chat. Okay. Now this is a first edition. Okay. And a lot of you guys that play the system probably already have the newest one, but this thing is completely nicely clipped Everything's in the box. I just don't need it anymore.
So that is it is Yanks ASL Module 3, the original Yanks. So it's an older one with the older counters and stuff, and the hard mounted boards.
And the hard mounted boards.
So in the chat, put down Yank My Todd.
Wow, nice one, Brian.
Put in, there you go. If you want this, put in Yank My Todd, and we'll send that here in just a minute. Same rules apply for shipping if you want it. If nobody wants it, then it'll find its way to Noble Knight.
Explain your confusion, Tim. We'll help explain. We'll explain whatever you need. The Wardy is Wardy robe. Wardrobe.
Come on, Mike.
Sorry, Mike. That doesn't count.
There you go. I think Mike and Tim just got entered.
And so what? Yank My Todd? Is that what you said? Yank Toddy?
Yeah, and yank me yank.
I think you have to have the rules for this. I don't think this has the rules in the box.
Rule, dude. You have to have the whole ASL rule book and Beyond Valor.
Yeah. So this is just the actual.
Yeah, Tim D, not everything. It's just an old the first edition Yanks.
Yeah, it's a module. So
That being said, it's not
So I'm saying
necessarily hard to find.
Yeah.
ASL rules and stuff.
Yeah, ASL rules and all that stuff.
They're everywhere.
Mandarin Mike and Damn Tim, I'm guessing you don't want to be in there. If you do, tell me. Anyway, yank my Todd.
So while they're doing that,
Oh, Joey. So Joey's not entered. Brian, look what Joey said.
There you go. Walkabout yank.
Yeah, these are all Hexy counter war games here, King. Squad leader, this is advanced squad leader, but that squad leader's been around since Jesus, I was a pup. So yeah, because if nobody takes this thing, this is going to Noble Knight. I'm gonna tell you right now. So
and they'll give you
all right,
$5 for it.
Let's talk about 2025.
Okay, 2025.
Where are you going, Brian? Where are you going in 2025? What are your goals in 2025?
Oh, we're gonna start with me. Oh
And
God.
everybody else can put yours in the comments.
Where am I going?
Where are you going?
Well, 2025. Well, if you watch the channel, you're gonna see a whole bunch of Zombicide. I'm gonna get real serious into that. Do that chronological order. I'm in Toxic City Mall, and then I'm go to Rue Morgue, and then Angry Neighbors, and then off to the Black Plague, and Invader, and then Undead or Alive. All of them. I pretty much got all the Z side except the comics, the Marvel and the DCs. So, and then you will see I'm starting to schedule my games out. Sundays, you're probably going to see my Hex Encounter games.
Yeah, baby. Let's see them new ones.
And then McMurray's laughing at something, so I'm trying to figure out what he's laughing at right now.
Not you. It's good.
But and then you're going to see a whole bunch of OPR one-page rules and a little bit of pistol lead in there. I'm really starting to. I want to branch out to other game systems. If Family of Gamers is in here, I've been watching all their Manta games, Dead Zone and all that. So, and thinking about getting that. I got starter set and all that stuff. So, and then Drop Zone Commander is another one, and then British Legion, if you guys know who he is.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at doing some of the. He's got me involved in the War Cradle Studio. Slipped my mind. The ships, Mcmurray, Dystopian Wars. So, yeah, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna see a whole bunch of that. I'm just try to schedule it out. I will keep on doing my little tabletop miniature spotlight stuff. Doesn't get much views on it, but I like to show people the blister packs and all that. I mean, I got cases of it and stuff. So, but
Sweet.
There
yeah,
you go. John wants to see another fistful of lead.
he's been pushing me to do another fistful of that for a while.
And he wants to see
and then
more
I got.
blood. Brian, we got to play Arena of Blood again. I
know
I
we gotta
paid it
play
up the
Arena of
next
Blood.
like 6 or 7. So instead of just having 6 gladiators and 2 animals, we got like 12 or something gladiators. So, there you go.
Aaron King, yes, bolt action is probably going to happen mid-year, towards the end of the year, because McMurray's going to teach me how to play that. You know,
Played altogether
Oh.
too much bolt action. Yeah.
Yeah, McMurray's played a lot of bolt action, and I have also played bolt action. But McMurray's he's played the most here. But
Yes, Todd has played a fair amount of bolt action. Todd played bolt action at Daikon last
There
year.
will be some Flames of War NAM too, man. I can just paint those up for giggles. I plan on trying to get the Vietnam Flames of War stuff going too. But digging all the separate, like this right here, you're gonna see a whole bunch of Jotham McCullough's games, Frostgrave.
Man, why didn't I make him big time?
And all that. But I got Justin McCallum's newest one, Death Ship 1. I got it from Drive-Thru. And if you notice, you see a samurai, a Napoleon soldier, and some space guy on there. This is pretty cool, and I want to get the guys involved on this. It's some death ship that zaps from the time you bring in a Napoleon warrior, some warriors of history. You bring them to a spaceship, and they got to get through these rooms and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. So, and then the other one I got for Drive-Thru was Tango Uniform Firefight. It's modern warfare, so it's from World War II up to now. So you could do Afghanistan, you could do Desert Storm and all that. So Vietnam and all. So it's real. I mean, that's how skinny it is. It's just like 10 pages. So and less rules, the better for me. So
do these does like a rule book like that? Does it have a scenario generator built into it?
It has a couple scenarios in the back of the book, like a lot of these rule books have. This one has like 3 of them. So, but it also provides little information like stats if you want to have a Taliban stats in here, U.S., French, Chinese, all sorts of Russia and all that kind of stuff in there. Italy, Vietnam. It's got all that stuff in the back to start off your little squad. And it's made for a squad, like 5 or 6 soldiers and stuff. So, but yeah, what you guys probably seen the past couple of weeks on my channel is what's going to be happening more next year, but a lot more. So I was thinking about doing a live.
Is that shelving back there in that closet over your? The first one you pointed at behind your table.
That's all my Zombicide games.
So yeah, that's all going to come down, and Hex Encounter games are going to go in there.
No. No.
What's up, Square?
But hey, Square Table.
Mutt, I saw Amazon just put a prayer up for a new Stargrave book.
Yes, it comes out in I think May, doesn't it? March or May. So keeping an eye on that. And yeah, Square Table Union, he's great. You gotta check his channel out if you want some 1-page rules. And the way he sets up his battles, he has all that technology stuff. So it's really cool how he does it. So,
there's some good people. There's some people out there that just do a phenomenal job. You're one of them, Brian.
Yeah. So, well, I don't have I would love to do the graphic kind of stuff. I don't have the skills to do it. How they have firefights where they're shooting. You see the cartoon kind of shots. I don't know how to do that.
Yes, he does. So real quick, we're gonna take a little diversion here because Harem King was asking questions. So primarily what we're talking about tonight, although we're talking miniatures games too, and all this ASL talk, is 8 boxes. So we're gonna do a little quick ASL thing for a little education here. Let me put my screen here. We get like what he showed. This is the new Yanks, that size. There are 8 boxes this size that you get the whole OOB. Well, there's actually 9 or 10. And then the rule book. These are the rule books.
This is full ASL now.
This is full ASL. This is what we were talking about. This is what it looks like. It is not miniatures. It is Hex Encounter. So you got your maps, geo maps. So you have over 100 maps like this that can fit together. All of them fit together in a variety of ways. There's over 3,000 to 4,000 scenarios. So covering World War II, Spanish Civil War, Korea War. Oh yeah, Korea, that's 12. And they all use counters like this. So there you go.
Each box has different nations.
Yeah, each box has different nations. Beyond Valor is the core. You have to have that box before you play anything. And that is
stands for Advanced Squad Leader, family.
Correct. All right. Just wanted to do a real quick thing there. And
note to Tim D. Actually, I'm going to bring some of that discussion up here in just a second for 2025. Andrew, Where are you going? What? Okay. All right. So y'all need to understand that Andrew, he deals with all of us on our YouTube channels. He'll play stuff with Mutt. He'll play stuff
needs
with
a channel.
He'll play stuff with Wardrobe.
No, he
He'll
doesn't
produce
need a channel.
videos.
Channel will all lose.
Which he's sending me some videos today. We got they didn't come quite through yet, but and we'll post his videos. But I would say of all of us, he probably dabbles in the most diverse bunch of stuff. So Andrew, granted, no channel, but what do you want to accomplish this year in gaming?
YouTube channel.
I just got some stuff for Second World War at Sea. That should be fun. Obviously, kind of continuing on with the stuff that I've been doing. As you guys know, some of my favorite things to do is play games on their anniversaries. So kind of as those are coming up, running with those. Jeff's really leaning into that so far this year. Pretty excited, or Hex to Hex is. So playing more of Great War at Sea and getting into a little bit of Second World War at Sea is fantastic. We've already talked about Wardrobe and I playing Storm over Normandy, as well as The Most Fearful Sacrifice. I just got a stack of old Avalon Hill games to round out some of my old Avalon Hill game collection, especially some of the ones that I didn't previously order because they would be very, very hard to play solo. But now that this guy up here has played a couple with me and has had a good time playing those simultaneously, we can hopefully get some of those knocked out. Some of the ones that are over there are Civil War, Submarine U-Boat, both the Bismarcks. So Bismarck first and second edition, because those are two very, very different games apparently, which I'm excited about. I did add Chancellorsville also. There's not a later revised. That's awesome, Archer. Name it DLM. I do like it. So Chancellorsville's over there also, which there's not a later edition of like there are with the Gettysburgs. So I'm not sure if I doubt that I'm going to enjoy that as much as I enjoyed Avalon Hills. Gettysburg's fantastic. That's not a bad thing at all. What else is over there? Oh, I did say the Civil War, which is supposed to be an entire, again, operational, whole war game, which is also not played with counters. It has a board, and then it uses the little, pawn-looking things from Sorry, is how old of an Avalon Hill game that is. There's no counters. It's got a board, and then there's a certain number of Confederate pawns and a certain number of Union pawns, and that's it. I do, John, when I can. I don't usually make it very far out of St. Louis, but the farthest I get is Kansas City. But at some point in time, it'd be nice to get to some of the ones over by you and Jeff. So I got old Avalon Hill stuff, some of the Great War at Sea.
You got a ton of Avalon Hill stuff.
I do. I've played it a ton of it also.
Yeah.
But again, it was good playing with Todd and getting the okay, here we go. Here's somebody that is willing to play old Avalon Hill stuff with me. We played Battle of the Bulge live a couple weeks ago. Had a great time, a phenomenal time. I think everybody really enjoyed watching us do that also. And it would be cool to keep riding that train. That was pretty fantastic. Because then there's also, D-Day, Midway, Jutland. We're probably not going to play.
We got to start thinking about that one again too, because we're not going down the Day of Days roads in June this year.
Correct. That's very reasonable. Very reasonable. And maybe we can even think of something that's different entirely. Or that Overlord game that you sent me from Conflict Simulations or whatever tiny war games company that was that had to have folded before 1980. That game was stellar to play.
Yeah, I got a feeling I've got two options I was thinking about with that. Either we're all going to play something different, which we all have something we can do, or one of you geniuses with miniatures is going to set up something that we can participate in, maybe for one day.
That we can
beach
absolutely do, which leads me to my next thing that I'm working on with miniatures, which is a rather large 6mm market garden couple of games. So that should be good. I just got a ton of bases in, which is good because I've painted a whole bunch of 6mm miniatures already, a few hundred. Now I got the bases in, so I can prime the bases, get them glued on there, and get them rocking. But yeah, so that'd be pretty awesome, Chris. So
Joey wants in.
there's always other just kind of random stuff, right, that pops up in little projects, you know, games that I see, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to play that. So I'm 100% sure there's going to be lots and lots of other stuff, but those are kind of the big priorities. Are game-wise hitting some of these larger naval games that I have not played, and then chipping away at the now larger pile of older Avalon Hill games.
Yeah, weren't you painting some ACW stuff?
I did. I painted. So that is a 2025 project as well, with a couple of the guys that are local. Last year, we painted a bunch of 28mm War of the Roses. This year, it's 28mm ACW. So I painted 40 just kind of generic Confederate Zouaves. Stalingrad is a great game also. Big fan of Stalingrad. I kind of like Stalingrad more than the Russian campaign because it's a little more manageable because they're essentially the same game. The Russian campaign is just way longer. But yeah, that Eastern Front at the core level is pretty fun. That being said, let's go ahead and toss this Hail Mary out there. Avalon Hill did really cool games like Stalingrad, D-Day. What are some of the other ones we talked about? Where they do kind of an entire theater or a big operation in one game that's simple and fun to play. Battle of the Bulge, that's the other one I was thinking about. I really want to see or find a game that is real similar to, like, say, Battle of the Bulge for Market Garden. If somebody can help out with that, that'd be awesome. I'm not entirely convinced that it exists, but here's another one that I'm going to try and get Mr. Todd to play. Who is it that makes the Double Blind, Market Garden, and Normandy games? It's a series. There's two of them in there. Either way, playing more games with this guy if he can pry himself away from Dragonlance.
So
or other things.
So Jeff, we have 20 comments about games that people want to play. So I'm going to read off 5 of them now, since we're kind of
right.
there.
Holy crap.
Well, I mean, there is that, Andrew. We haven't really talked about, it's area movement and it's all of Market Garden. So it's not going to be like Battle of the Bulge, but it's like the Storm Over games, pretty much.
No, yeah, I understand. It's Battle of the Bulge. I didn't necessarily mean that it had to be necessarily X kind of just that kind of playability, and like because we played It Never Snows, not this past September, but the previous September, and that was fantastic. I had a blast playing that time, and I played that in the Taj garage, and it was wonderful. But it's not really something that's feasible to do solo, just because you're going to get more than your 10,000 steps a day trying to play it, and B, it is a large game.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's go through Nordic, and there's some. It's not 20 people. There's some guys. So Nordic says 2025 is going to be the year of GCACW and OSG, which I imagine that's their library Napoleonic battles. Nordic. I'm just going to read them in order, so there'll be some Nordic. Also, he's hoping to get Hoplite to the table. It's kind of a
press tags.
I don't know if that's a goal, but he said it. Charles says 2025 Brainbuster Rebel Fury. So I'm going to just assume that means you want to play more of that, and you've kind of started and they're going. So check his channel out. He's playing that. And Goya says, I'm looking forward to playing World War I, 1914, 1918. However, I need to finish making the components. Oh, what do you mean making the components? And I don't know if you're going to try to do that in 2025. I assumed. I made an assumption. Scott Rowland, Says my 2025 games, BCS Inflection Point, which I know Jeff's excited about. I would imagine that comes out in 2025. That they get those things done pretty quick once they get them going. And ASL Chauffe du Pont, which is that going to come out in 2025, Scott? I mean, they listed so many games for 2024 and 25. I was like, okay. Anyway, and I'm going to do one more here because damn Tim. Let's see. My wife has booked a long weekend in Colonial Williamsburg in May, as close as I'm going to get to Hexy this year. So kind of a 2025 thing, but that's 2025. All right. That leaves us down to 14. But if anybody has any more, please tell us any gaming goals. Doesn't have to be Hex Encounter, can be miniatures, a trip, some historical related trip, whatever.
Todd, where are you going in 2025?
Where am I going?
Yeah, I mean, what's your plans? I mean, we've been on for an hour 40. I want to kind of get you and then me and wrap this up.
Well, you said our trip, but so I've kind of set up my goals this way. And I got one of these ideas from Zilla. So he has a bunch of games he hasn't played, Shelf of Shame, everything. And he had a bunch. And he said, I don't remember his number, 5 or 6 or 10 or whatever. He limited his number. So I looked at mine. I had 20, and I did a little ranking system of them. Jeff, if you want to put up comments, if you want to, I'm going to ignore them for a minute. So I did a ranking of those 20 games, and the rankings them where they kind of vote up against each other. And I ended up, let me look at that. Actually, I'm going to show it. It's just a spreadsheet, so it's not very pretty. But they came down to, and it doesn't mean I'm going to play those 6. It's just kind of helped me narrow them down. And I called it my 2025 rando ranking. A Most Fearful Sacrifice, because Mcmurray and I want to get that played together. So I've already played it. I played one scenario and trying to learn it. Fighting Formations, the 29th. I want that to be in there because I helped proof it and play test it, and that should be coming out from GMT. That's their Fighting Formation system. Stig's GBACW game. So those 3 I definitely want to get done. And these other 3, I'm kind of Library of Napoleonic Battles. I'm going to give that another shot. I know I tried it and it was like, but I want to try that again. Traces of War by VUCA, NATO. They made my top 6. I can read what the others were if you want. No, I'm not going to read the rest. But anyway, I did already play CNC Napoleonics. That was also in the 20, but not the top 6. So if I can get those 6 played at least one time, that'd be great. But what I'm really focusing on, in addition to those 6, but really are GCACW, ASL, and GTS. And I want to get, this is very ambitious. I want to get 20 sessions of those in. So what do I mean by session? I guess I'm kind of giving all my goals. Anyway, what do I mean by session? So like a scenario could take a long time, in GTS, in any of them, but especially GTS and GCACW. So if we can get, it might take 5 or 6 sessions to get a scenario played, and that's fine. I don't want to say I'm going to play 20 scenarios because I'm definitely not going to do that. So I'm going to focus on those 3 systems and play 6 of those randos. And then, of course, I know Mcmurray and I will get a bunch of rando stuff played as well, but I don't really necessarily know what all those are, except for a Most Fearful Sacrifice. But that's why I put that in that was my top 1 to get done, because we've talked about it for a year and a half. And here we go. That is that goal. And, of course, that trip with you. And actually, so now that I've said mine, I'm going to read a few more here so we can get going here. And Damn Tim has added one, so this will be games I intend to play this year. Herman Lutman's new Black Swan game, Rock of Chickamauga from Flying Pig. I know, I think, Andrew, you got that on order, I think. And let's look at couple of the other starred ones here. Tim Zales, I just got Iwo Jima 45 by Worthington today, and really excited to get that on the table tomorrow, which that would be 2025. Some guy named Mini Warmat, 1-page rules now. That's funny. I just read it. But I'm sure you want to get more 1-page rules played, and I'm sure you do, right? You like that game a lot.
Yeah, that was in chat a long time ago.
Just started playing Drop Zone Commander. Looking forward to playing more of that. Yeah, that's cool. I've always found that it'd be an interesting game. I think the models are really cool in that one. Excited to play Dead Zone, Halo Flashpoint, and NAM 68. All right, those are good ones. And let's get down to the 10th one here. Tim D. Anything this year, either Commands and Colors or any Hex Encounter game. That's my goal. Cool. Well, Commands and Colors is a great game to get a lot of plays in. There's a bunch of them. So there's that. We have 9 more left. Keep listing them out if you got some. Here, I'll just
Yeah,
look.
chat's been pretty active the whole night.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd like to play War for the Union or the U.S. Civil War this year. Tim, the U.S. Civil War is very popular.
Oh, I got one out there. Been trying to sell.
All right, you're
There
up.
we go. All right. So I have, if you've noticed in December, I've started trying to play games by date that they happened, or at least began on. It started with the Ardennes 2 for the Bulge, and then I've done some other stuff for December. I'm already working. Most of January is already done, and they'll pop. Matter of fact, there'll be a video pop here in 2 days. I think I got 3 or 4 that are going to pop in January. I'm already starting on February. I'm going to do my best to keep that going. If it fails, what I may do is try to get where I can play 3 to 4. Maybe I won't post them on their specific date, but within that month, I'll try to do that. We just got to see how this other stuff goes. All right, major goal for this year, Gettysburg 77 advanced. To go back to that, that's got to happen. Okay. I want to start shooting, go back to shooting some tutorials, probably GBACW, and maybe some of the smaller lightweight games. Like I got some Band of Brothers requests that people would like to see. So I'll have to, who knows, maybe Todd and I'll do some GCACW stuff.
Maybe.
Stuff. All right, GCACW with Todd. We want to get back into doing that because it's a popular system. We know Patrick Pence, his tutorials channel, him and his buddy play that stuff nonstop. Very good at it. We can always get Patrick back on with us.
Oh yeah, he said he'll come back on, which would be awesome.
Yeah, oversee us. And then the other thing that I want to do this year, Devin and I actually tried, but those of you all that, and Tim mentioned about Talonsoft earlier, that's how I started. But the War Game Design Group, all of their John Tiller stuff, of course, John Tiller's not there anymore. These guys have made major, constant improvements on all of the operational stuff, the squad battle stuff, the tank battle stuff, and the Civil War stuff. The only collection I don't have yet is all the Napoleonic stuff. And I kind of think I want to shoot some of that. And all of that's going to get disrupted because this arrived today.
Yeah, baby. Oh, you think that's going to get on the table?
Todd snatched this thing today.
It's Canadian Crucible from MMP, their TCS series. It's really hard to find, and it's one of their latest ones. It's a beautiful map. I thought the map was great, and we played that. Mcmurray and I, at least, I think you did too, Jeff. We played the battle in Day of Days like 3 years ago or something.
Right.
It's way down south on the map.
Yeah, you and Andrew both played it. Yeah.
And then we had some guy coming on talking about his grandfather and like sharing pictures and stuff.
Yeah, it was with the Regina rifles.
Yeah.
And that was a fun scenario y'all played. So
that was.
I think that's a lot of little off the wall stuff we did over the year, and I'm sure there's more to come. We got Brian pushing cardboard around now.
Yeah.
And it's nice to listen to see because you get to see a different side of Brian when he's pushing that cardboard, thinking about the tactics and the rules, what the objectives are, stuff like that. It's not on the other side. It's so really cool. So, But hey, so there you got it. That's what we did in 2024. That's where we're going in 2025. We just about hit 2 hours here.
We
I want to thank everybody.
We got 10 more people to list here. Got more things to read.
Go ahead and knock it out.
Before you say your goodbye. Family Gamers, more Dead Zone, Ravage Star, Baron's War.
Yeah.
So I think
that's a popular one.
Yep, I've heard of that one. I want to go to my first War Game committee. That's a good goal, Mark G. That's cool. They're fun for sure. Let's see. I don't know if this means you want to play it, but Tim D was drooling on my Panzerleer games last night. Maybe careful with that, but wipe them off and give them a play. Joey says more ASL in 2025. Yeah, Joey, you know what? Let's see some vids, man. You're getting some great vids. Let's go with another goal is to unload games I never played. That was a very big thing I did in 2024 and felt really good. And I also got rid of a lot of games that Mcmurray wanted, but I didn't even ask him. Let's see. Another 2025 game for me will be GMT's Rebel Fury. Go check it. Go check out.
I would like to see McMurray and Todd do another game toss. How they toss those 2 games and burn.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we did that this year. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
I bet we can come up with another game toss game.
Yeah,
although we did get
Brian, I don't want you having another heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So GMT's Rebel Fury, that's really good. I think they got a couple more coming out.
I'm excited to see Nord do that with Banish All Their Turds.
Oh yeah. And Nordic, if you don't want to do it, Send it to one of us, and we'll
We'll
certainly
make
take
it go pop like Midwest Sicily.
Oh, that was awesome. We'll try to be more careful. Paint more of the stuff I have and play some solo hexing games and RPG. All right, Chris, that's awesome.
Yes, Mike, play Midwest Sicily. Do it.
Don't do that, Mike.
So, breaking the wrap and playing some of your unplayed games. That's good. That's what I'm doing. And 2 more. Flames Wars. We'll start playing Clash of Steel. It's just tank-on-tank combat. That's a good one, family gamers. And then John says, last one we have here. Oh, we got 7 more pop up. Let me see if they go. Oh, there you go.
This is the newest one that came out, the medieval one. 1 hour skirmish.
And we'll be teaching middle schoolers at our church fistful led in Arena of Blood. So that's cool. Let's get rid of that star and let's go check out any other notes here. Let's see about
this isn't look good. Yeah, okay.
Mike's talking smack to Brian. So
that's okay. So how do I find them? Well, what do you mean? Literally find them, or are you speaking like how do you find them? Like how do you like them?
He's not asking you to say net or MapQuest, you dick.
No, I wasn't going to say that, you nice boy.
Yeah, harshness.
As we've seen, John's a gentleman. Come on,
John
Andrew.
is a gentleman. Yeah. John's quite delightful.
So how do you find them? I think Facebook works pretty well. If you're on that,
local.
Want to do the giveaway?
What's that, Brian?
It's the palette that's not open.
Well, if anybody wants a paint palette, they're really nice. They keep the paint.
Blow me up real quick so they can see it.
Brian, give it away on your channel. Let's do a live on your channel.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm good, Mcmurray. I could get stuff.
Okay,
but here,
put in there wet toddy.
I have
wet toddy.
I have one of those, and it's very
toddy
good.
Makes me wet.
No, wet toddy. Stop.
Brand spanking new, not even opened up.
All right, come on, someone help out John here. How do you find wargaming conventions? I'd say
John,
reach out. Go ahead.
My best advice to you is if you've got local gaming stores or places where people tend to game. All right, there's John.
I know. He can't listen to you. He's typing wet toddy.
That's fair.
He's wetty.
So, but seriously, the best, there you go. Toddy is wetting. John just won. My advice would be, again, if you've got local gaming stores, especially that maybe carry things other than just like 40K and Magic, that might be your best bet. That's a good way to find game conventions, or if there's local, gaming organizations. Like you're in Virginia. I know there's tons of large gaming conventions in Virginia between Historicon Virginia, isn't it? Or it's Pennsylvania. Either way, Historicon, Fall In, they're all close to you there. And I know that the I-95 guys do all kinds of game days, conventions, stuff like that. There's HMGS is a ridiculously active organization on the Eastern Seaboard. That's the Historical Miniature Gaming Society.
And where are you?
WBC is up in Bowie, Maryland this month, towards the last week or two of this month. That's
Correct.
One of the biggest ones in the business.
Once you find one, it's not going to be hard to ask people, hey, what's another good convention? Half the time as you're playing in games, people will be telling you about games that they're looking forward to running or playing in or seeing at so-and-so. And then it's, what's that? What's the next convention that comes around? Those are great ways to find out.
Also, if you're on any forums, it doesn't have to be Facebook, any forum of any kind, name the website about the game you like playing, just ask them and they'll be like, oh, there's a game here, a game there. They'll know of them too. So
I may make a very, very rare recommendation of Lead Adventure Forum isn't a bad option, but TMP, you will certainly be able to find conventions. If you go on TMP, the miniatures page, and you got to make a profile to post because Bill Ehrmantraut's an odd duck, and post, hey, I live in this area of Virginia. What are some conventions that are coming up or that you look forward to every year, something like that. TMP is TMP, the miniatures page.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Some of the users can get a little bristly. I'm not sure you'll necessarily get one.
Just ignore
on
them.
a question like that. But yeah,
It'll be,
they also the website is ancient, and don't try and go late at night because it's down every night for maintenance.
And real quick, damn Tim, did you really want to be entered in for the wet palette? They're really cool. Wet palettes are really awesome. And
I think he said Toddy makes me wet.
No, he just said wet toddy pants. I just want to make sure you.
Oh.
I don't want to put them
No,
on there.
those are just what you're wearing.
So right now we just have John Wise Family of Game, and I didn't even spell it correctly.
That's a
Family
very
of
good
Gamers.
wet palette, folks. Very good wet palette.
Yeah, it is. It's great. So anybody else want in there? We're going to go 5, 4, 3,
cardboard pushers.
2, 1. Yeah, you could use it to, instead of drooling on your Panzer leader, you could just keep the wet palette wet, dip your Panzer leader in there.
It's a good way to delaminate counters.
All right, here we go. All right, so Damn Tim's in. All right, we got 3 people. Let's add to the stage. Here we go for the last one. Family Gamer, Damn Tim. 3 enter, 1 exits. Here we go.
33% chance. Right? Yeah. 3.
Wait. Did Damn Tim already win? No, he didn't win. Okay. No, Tim D. Oh. Damn Tim won with wet toddy pants. So sorry for Family Gamer.
Congratulations.
And Tim, I'm sure you have Warmutt's YouTube channel. Get her and get his email and send him an email.
But
Yeah.
thank
You guys that are won. I know we're starting to lose here. Little numbers. We've been on 2 hours, so we're going to kill this thing. All y'all, thanks for being on here this evening. Hope y'all enjoyed what we played in 2024 and where we're going in 2025. And you can always add comments to any one of the 3 streams we got kicked out later if you got some ideas or suggestions or want to tell us what you're doing. Everybody have a great new year. Have a great new year playing games. And I hope to hell you roll dice really good while you're playing those games this year. And we'll see you all later.
See ya.
See ya.